Hey everybody. So I wanted to hop on here really quickly and talk about my website. It's kelseynayerphotography.com and it's live. I just published it today. And I'm really excited about it, and I want to kind of talk about why I decided to create the website and everything that's included on the website. So, a little bit of a backstory. This is actually the second website that I've created for myself. The first one I created was my senior year of college, and I had to do a big portfolio presentation where I talked through all of these projects that I had created all throughout the 4 years that I was at college. And that website was okay. It was good for what was needed at the time. And I just kind of decided to let that go at that time. I didn't think once I got the job that I have now that I would need it again or that I would ever refer back to it. And unfortunately, I let it go. The domain expired, and that was the end of the website. Fast forward to a couple years later, I was thinking about how much I missed my website, and I felt like I had been in a creative rut for a while, especially last year. I just felt like I didn't get out and do a lot of creative projects and just grab my camera and go shoot, and I really missed that. And so I decided that I was going to create my own website during quarantine. I mean, it was the perfect time. It was better than just sitting at home and staring at four walls all day. Figured I might as well be creative and do something. So that's when I decided to create this website. And I had wanted the domain kelseynayr.com, but unfortunately, somebody had already taken that. And this happens quite often. It's called domain squatting. So basically, somebody from China had taken my website, and sometimes they'll try and sell it back to you for a higher price, and other times they'll just hold on to it. And I didn't want to risk trying to pay for it, so I just kind of let it go. Um, and hopefully next year I can try again and see if I can get my domain back. I have no idea if that's going to happen or not. So until then, everything is just kelseynayerphotography.com. But I wanted to clear that up because I have a lot of different things and different projects that are on my website that is not just specifically photography. There's a lot of other things, but I couldn't get the domain again, so that was that. But yeah, I did regret not holding on to my website, and thankfully, this just gave me the opportunity to create something new, something fresh, something that I could work very hard on and put a lot more time into. And I'm very, very happy with the way it turned out. I worked on it for like somewhere between a month and a half straight. Every single day I was working on bits and pieces. And 3 years later, I had forgotten just how much goes into creating a whole new WordPress website with all the different plugins and the widgets and little things like creating your favicon, your little icon on top of your tab, and all this other kind of stuff. So it took a lot of work and a lot of time, but I loved it and I was passionate about it. And so I pulled out all my old creative projects, and I've kind of been working on some new things too. And I was just super excited to get all my projects out there and show them to you guys. So that's a little bit about my domain name and kind of the backstory and what brought me to today and designing a new website for myself. Okay, so I have a lot of different categories on my website that you'll see. There's graphic design, there's video, there's photography, there's a blog, all kinds of different little things that you can find. The thing that I'm most passionate about right now is my blog. So I have always loved to write. I actually minored in English in college, and as long as I can remember, I was always writing my thoughts down, writing in a diary, journaling, just letting my ideas and all of that flow out onto pen and paper. And that's always been a really great way for me to kind of, I don't know, get all of my thoughts out of my head and just kind of clear my mind. It's just a really great thing, and I really recommend journaling for anybody. But anyway, I wanted to talk about my blog, and I have a couple different categories within my blog. There is faith, which is probably my favorite. I wrote a really long blog about this book that I'm reading, and it's called Uninvited. And it's a really, really good book. I highly recommend it to anybody. But that's probably my favorite blog post I've done, is the one called The Rejected Heart, where it talks all about different kinds of rejection that we face daily. You know, there's all different kinds of it, and we're always going to have to deal with it. And it talks about a really healthy way to deal with rejection in all forms from a Christian perspective. And so I really have been enjoying that book, and I highly recommend my blog post, The Rejected Heart. So definitely check that out. Check out the blog. I also write about photography. I write about plants. This year I really got into plants, and so I've got all these little plants that are by me, and I talk a little bit about that and me taking care of them and trying not to kill them. So you can check that out too. But yeah, I have all different kinds of little categories for my blog. I talk about beauty too. I've recently gotten into clean beauty, taking better care of my skin and kind of watching it and being careful and aware of the things that are being absorbed into my bloodstream and into my body, through the products that I'm using. So I talk a little bit about that too. But I highly recommend you check out my blog because that's probably my favorite thing right now. That's on my website. Sorry, I'm looking at a little list here to make sure that I remember everything. Okay, so one of the first things you'll notice on my website is that there is a monthly newsletter. So if you subscribe to that, I'm going to try and share with you guys different photos that I've taken every month and different blog posts. I want to try and write at least one blog post a month. So you guys will be the first ones to see the new photos that I've taken and edited and any new blog posts and things like that. So it's kind of simple, but I think it's a cool idea for me to get that stuff out to you guys first if you're interested in subscribing to my newsletter. Okay, so I do have a contact page on my website. So if you guys ever want to send me any feedback or you want to chat or maybe you want to work on some sort of creative project, photography and graphic design are my two main projects. They're kind of my two hobbies. I don't know. They're the ones that I'm most passionate about, basically. So I love doing graphic design posters and things like that. I've done a little bit of shooting and editing video, but if you just have like a really cool, fun, random idea, I'm down for it. So definitely reach out to me through my contact page and we can chat and maybe we can work on something creative together. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and I'm definitely open to all creative projects and helping you out with them. So you can find me there on the contact page, or if you just want to shoot me a message and say, hey, your site looks cool, that means a lot too. Okay, so there's also more content to come. Right now I'm kind of thinking about doing more graphic design posters, like doing some fun infographics, stuff like that. I definitely want to get out with my camera and shoot more. I think that'd be a great time. So there's things that I'm thinking of in the back of my mind that I want to work on too, but this isn't just a one and done website. I want to continue to upload my creative projects and whatever I'm feeling and working on through that. So definitely look out for that because there will be more to come, and I'll share that with you guys whenever it's up on the site. And I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, that wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. That's awesome. Good deal. But yeah, go ahead, check out the site. Again, it's KelseyNayerPhotography.com. It would mean a lot to me if you guys checked it out, left a little comment, said if you enjoyed something, if you have any helpful feedback, I'm down to hear that. And thank you guys so much for listening to this. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy my new website, and there'll be more to come from me. So I'll talk to you soon.